Let's make barbecue air fryer wings. The first thing that I like to do is rinse my chicken off because you never know who's handling them or what kind of germs there's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and finish rinsing the rest of these off of camera, but please do make sure that you rinse them off, and then I like to pat them dry with a paper towel as well. For the seasonings, I like to start off with some olive oil so that the other seasonings will stick to the chicken and so that it cooks a little more tender. I typically like to use liquid smoke, but I forgot to buy some, so we'll forget that. Here is some pink Himalayan salt, and I use quite a bit because pink Himalayan isn't as strong as regular salt. Then we're going to use some Lowry's seasoned salt. I just love the way that this seasons my food. I like to use this on beef and chicken, especially on my wings. Next, we're going to use some garlic powder, and if you want to, you can also use onion powder as well, but I just use garlic powder on these. Then we're going to go in with some black pepper, and black pepper to me really seasons chicken well. I like to use a lot of black pepper. We're also going to use paprika. And the paprika, I'm not putting as much as you guys think. I just couldn't get it to come out the bottle. So y'all go see me slap this bottle because I could not get it out. But anyways, y'all, some paprika. And then the last seasoning I'm going to use is some cayenne pepper just to add a little bit of spice. If you wanted to, you could put more cayenne pepper, and you can also add hot sauce as well. I'm also going to bring my air fryer over here so we can start getting them loaded into the air fryer, but I like to rub the seasonings onto each individual chicken leg. So you don't have to do that. You could lay them in a tray and season everything evenly, but I like to season them in a bowl and just rub the seasoning on there. That way I can feel it, make sure that all of them have even amounts of seasonings. Once they're in the air fryer, I like to heat them up on 375 for 8 or 9 minutes. If you want them more crispy, you can do 385 or 400 and keep it the same amount for 8 or 9 minutes. And then I'll go ahead and I like to flip them over. And I have this little sped up for you guys so y'all don't have to sit here and watch me do that and struggle. But I like to flip them over halfway through, and then I heat them up again for another 8 or 9 minutes as well, just depending on how long they cooked. And I'm also doing 375. Then I like to pour them out into a bowl, and I did separate them. I'm doing 2 different flavors, so the ones that I did not put in the air fryer are in that bowl behind this first bowl, so that I can do another flavor. The barbecue I'm doing second. This first one I'm doing is honey gold, and the reason why I pour them in a bowl is so that they will be tossed in sauce. And I will make some wings baked pretty soon, and you guys will see a different method of me seasoning and saucing my wings. But for these chicken legs, I'm doing them sauced. They are the Cattleman's barbecue sauce, Carolina Tangy Gold. We just call it honey gold, and that is my favorite flavor of wings. And then the other flavor in the beginning of the video that I used was just regular barbecue sauce, and I will warm those up after I make these. I'll show you these at the end. But honey, we're gonna shake these bowls. We're gonna make sure that these are sauced up because first of all, I like lots of sauce on my wings, and second of all, me and my husband are black, okay? So we're gonna make sure that they seasoned and sauced really well, and then we're gonna put them back in the air fryer so that the sauce can cook on there. But look at that steam. They have so much sauce on them, and you know it's gonna taste good, okay? So we put them back in the air fryer, and you can see the seasoning that was still on there. And when I poured it in the bowl, I poured the little chicken juice and seasoning. I poured that in the bowl as well, just because I think that adds more flavor. And watch me over here trying to do freaking, what's it called, algebra, to get these in there. I couldn't figure out how to get them all to fit, but we gonna figure it out. But we're gonna put them back in the air fryer, make sure that they all fit in there. And whenever I cooked the second batch, I did not clean out the air fryer. I honestly just let this flavoring just sit in there too. And then I add some more sauce on top. You don't have to do the same method as me. You can get a spoon or one of those little rub things, but I just did that because it was easier. Now we're gonna put it back in the air fryer. And you can either season it for 375 or you can go less. I prefer to go less when I'm doing the sauce so the sauce isn't burned. So 350, 345 for 5 minutes. Halfway through that 5 minutes, go ahead and flip them over so it's a good 2.5 to 3 minutes, and flip them over, and then you can finish making them. And there we go. We got our hot chicken wings, and stay tuned for the bloopers. And I got that on video.